takeoff.
Hey everybody, this is Rob with the Wachter Group at JPAR Carolina, and we are
Having some technical difficulties.
Hey everybody, this is Rob with the Wachter Group at JPAR Carolina Living, and welcome to our show today. Today you are watching Senior Living Options in Charlotte, and we are here at Brookdale South Charlotte to give you a tour and meet some very interesting people. We're going to talk about what they do and how that fits into the senior living options in our area. Again, if you are watching this live, we would invite you to put your questions in the comments. If you are watching this on a recorded version, if it's on Facebook, absolutely make a comment down below and we will get the answer to you. If you're watching on another format, just go ahead and comment right in underneath the video and we will make sure we get to you. We are glad that you're joining us today. We're glad that you can you watch this show with us. So I'm going to get started today by letting you know that the Wachter Group is a group with seniors real estate specialists, and our role in the community is to work with clients that are 55 and older and help them find their next living arrangement, help them sell their house. And if you have any questions about that, we'd love to talk to you. So today I'm going to start by introducing one of our co-hosts and a partner that we've done business with in the past, Heather Rahrig with CarePoint. Heather, would you like to introduce yourself and tell everybody about CarePoint?
Hi everyone, I'm Heather Rahrig. My husband and I own CarePoint. We started this company over 12 years ago now, and we are a non-medical home care agency as well as care management. We also we just help people, like you said, once we get them into the situation wherever their home might be, we can go in and help with bathing, dressing, cooking, cleaning, transportation, anything like that. We go out and do full nursing assessments and figure out however many hours you might need in the day to help with any of those things and keep them safe and independent in their home, wherever that may be.
That's an important job. That's excellent. Well, thank you for joining us today on this tour.
Thank you.
And we'll talk some more along the way. Now I'd like to introduce Askley Eckenrod. Ashley is the sales director at Brookdale South Charlotte, and she's going to be guiding us on the tour today. Ashley, thanks for joining us, and tell us a little bit about Brookdale South Charlotte.
Yes, thank you for having us, and thank you for your continued support and your partnership, both Heather and Rob. So Brookdale South Charlotte is located off of Ray Road. We are a senior living community that does have assisted living and memory care. So what our community is all about is keeping our residents safe. So what we do is give families peace of mind as well as our residents that we're here 24/7. We do provide all of the meals for our residents, so all 3 meals are provided. We will also do housekeeping, laundry, and provide transportation for all of our residents here. So again, you are getting that peace of mind that your loved one is being taken care of. So again, we are located in the heart of South Charlotte. We have many different floor plans for you to choose from.
Great, thanks Ashley. How does Brookdale South Charlotte fit into the continuum of care compared to some of the other communities you might have heard of? I've heard of things like independent living. Is that what you have here?
So the way that our community does the continuum of care is we are an age-in-place community. So you can come into our senior living community over at Brookdale South Charlotte and be completely independent. A lot of our residents, should say a lot, but many of them are independent. Some of them are still driving. What they like is that easy, carefree living, knowing that if they did need any kind of assistance today or tomorrow in the future, that they would not have to move again. So they like having that peace of mind of being able to age in place. We also have the memory care, so if you do have somebody that has Alzheimer's or dementia, we are able to support them more. And then also, we do have therapy, so anybody who needs to work on their strengths such as physical therapy, occupational, or speech, we're able to help them during that journey too.
That's terrific. Well, thank you for sharing that. Would you like to take us on a tour of your community?
I would love to.
Excellent. Well,
Let's get
go ahead and
started.
get going.
So this is our courtyard outside. Our residents really enjoy our outdoor spaces here at the community. They have an active garden, so they are able to come outside and then walk our paths here too.
If you're watching this recorded, we are April the 13th today, right?
It is April the 13th.
So just so you know, this is a beautiful springtime, so what a
is.
great time to be outdoors in Charlotte.
Yes, it definitely is.
Where are you taking us now?
So we are going to walk through our doors into the dining room, and then you will be able to have a look at our dining room for assisted living.
It's nice and
And then
spacious.
Yeah, it's very spacious. So our residents enjoy the company, especially when they come down for their meals, to be able to socialize with other people. I would say our greatest feature in our community is that our dining service director, Miss Kim, she's been with us for over 12 years. She has studied throughout the United States. Brookdale has sent her to culinary around the United States to train, and our residents have choices here for their food. So the food here is very good.
What an asset. That's terrific.
Yeah.
Skip on down the hall here.
How are you?
Good.
Hello.
We are going to be going to our
Good, how are you?
Good.
We are going to be going to our bistro. Our bistro is a place where our residents can go and have ice cream. They can have their socials. We have wine and cheese. We also have a men's luncheon where they will have get together, and the men will have a beer and whatever men do. What is that, Rob?
So I hear you say wine and beer.
Yes.
And so that's a nice.
That's very nice, yes, and you never have to leave. You can just go back to your room. Go out on the patio. Yeah.
So Heather, how does CarePoint fit in a community like this with some people that are more independent and have on-site assisted living? How does that work with you?
Well, we help a lot with transitions, so when they're first moving in, just to kind of keep them independent and feeling like they have someone there with them and they're not doing it alone. So just usually some temporary work in here, and then some people, if they want to have us, their own person with them all the time, we can do that as well.
Great. So that you're saying that someone that is working with you at home can transition here and maybe take a little bit of the stress and anxiety out of the change, right?
Yes.
That must be really good feeling for families, especially that are helping people make that move. Great. Thanks.
I love being able to work with CarePoint. They've been a great resource of being able to keep our residents here at our community, but also, like she said, about that care management piece. So it may not just be for somebody here at Brookdale, but it could be, if I have somebody I'm working with, I can refer out to her.
Louder.
Louder.
Okay.
So we are going to actually walk through our living room. We have our cute little grand piano here.
Right. Movie time here sometimes, huh? I see games and puzzles abound.
Oh dear.
So this is our lobby area of where, when you walk into our community, you come into this grand lobby with our staircase here. So we have 3 floors here. I always tell people our first floor is our amenities, kind of like being in your traditional home. And then your bedrooms are on your 2nd and 3rd floor. And then I would like to introduce you to Miss Kathy right here.
Oh,
Say
that's
Kathy.
Hello.
How are you
Kathy,
today?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Good. What do you do here?
I'm the program coordinator and volunteer coordinator here.
Excellent. So how long have you been working with Brookdale?
I've been with Brookdale for 4 years,
Okay. Excellent.
and I love it.
What do you love about being here?
I like the fact that it's a small community. It feels more like a family atmosphere, and that's what I enjoy, and I think the residents enjoy that as well.
What's your favorite activity to work through the residents with?
Being it. And singing music, because I'm a singer, professional singer, and
Excellent.
It's very true.
I'm sorry we're not going to have time to hear you play today.
I'm not a very good piano player, but I'm a better singer. So. Anyway, we have fun here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Well,
We
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Come back.
Miss Kathy.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. I think we're going to head upstairs next to the second floor where we're going to have the opportunity to see a model apartment, all right?
That's great.
Excellent. Okay, now we're on the second floor. So are you going to take us to one of the model rooms next?
We are. We'll go this way. So our second floor has different floor plans, different apartments. So we have floor plans from small studio all the way up to true one-bedroom apartments that have different space, a different living room, different bedroom, and it's kind of like a two-bedroom, but it's very spacious. So the apartment I'm actually going to show you is a large studio, and it is spacious enough for 2 people or just a single person.
So you'd say this is on the smaller half of the offerings that you have?
Yes, I would say that.
Okay. Apparently, you need the key to get in,
You do.
which is a good idea. All right, so we walk in here. One thing that I notice immediately is that this is not small compared to many rooms I've seen, studio apartments and communities similar to this.
Yes, that is completely true. So get out of your way. But what I love is that each apartment here does include a kitchenette with the refrigerator and microwave. So all of our apartments do have that included.
I love the granite. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does make you feel like you're at home rather than somewhere you don't necessarily want to be. Very easy in and out shower. Feels like a very safe environment.
It's a very safe environment. And it just gives people peace of mind.
So Heather, when you work with folks at home, how often are they up against challenges because they don't have a safe environment like this? Is that something you run into?
Sometimes, yes, but we can be there as much as 24 hours a day. But Ashley and I work together well too, because we do know when, if there are some challenges as far as if there's absolutely no family in town or if things have just gotten too much. Also budget constraints, things like that. Ashley and I work well together that way, and I can refer over to this community.
That's right. Great.
Yeah. Awesome. So we are going to head over to one of our common spaces that we have. So each floor in our community has a common space for our residents to be able to congregate together and socialize. So if they don't feel like going back to their apartment after having dinner or lunch, they're able to enjoy conversation out here or play a game of bridge or cards or Scrabble. So this is a nice little common area. So each floor in this building at Brookdale South Charlotte will have this nice common space. I had a family tell me that this is really nice because her loved one is not able to leave the community, and they can bring their family here and they can have that time together.
That's nice.
There's lots of added comfy
Yeah.
seating, so.
So I know we're not going to get to see, for health and safety reasons today, some of the things that you have on the third floor. But could you tell us a little bit about what's up there?
Yeah, so on our third floor our third floor, we actually have more apartments that are upstairs, but we also have our beauty and barber shop, and we also have our therapy and rehab room. So our residents are able to enjoy our therapy rehab room that has exercise equipment in there at the leisure of themselves, or if they would, for safety reasons, need to have our therapy team help them. And our beautician's been here for 22 years.
Wow, 22 years.
22 years, yeah.
That's
The community's been around for 22 years.
A lot of longevity with your staff.
I think that says a lot about a community. This is an industry that tends to see a lot of turnover. So to have people with that longevity is a testament to the community that you have.
That is correct. So now we're gonna head downstairs.
I see why I believe I heard you call this the ballroom earlier. It looks like it's coming down the stairs
From the ballroom.
presidential ball.
And we're actually gonna head back to
Answer some questions. If you have any questions, this would be a good time to put those in the comments. So we'll take a minute to get back outside before we start.
Did you want to hit the library?
Oh, it feels so nice out.
Definitely had the wind visit us. So we're going to go ahead and put this up here. Hopefully that'll stay put. We're going to finish up here. So I'm going to take a minute and look at some of the questions, but I thought of a couple right off the bat. Ashley, you mentioned that there are small studios, large studios, one bedroom, bedroom and a half. What kind of prices are people looking at? And I'm not asking for any kind of commitments, but just a price range.
So I always tell people we always range from $4,000 to $6,000. It depends on the apartment style, and it depends on your specific care need in our community. The one thing that I love about this Brookdale South Charlotte is that everything is completely individualized and geared towards how we will care for them. So if you need absolutely no care, like some of our residents here, you are not paying for any additional services. You are only paying for your room. And all the utilities are included, such as cable, telephone, and internet. So all of that is included. And if you do need care in our community, then you are only paying for the care needs that you need at that time. So it's very personalized.
Great. We do have a question from one of our viewers, and they want to know if long-term care insurance can be used to pay for living.
Yes, so we do accept long-term care insurance. What's nice is that we will help you file for the long-term care. So we also help with that billing each month too. So we will send the bills to the long-term care insurance. So we're experts in long-term care. We also accept or help with the aid and attendance program through the veterans. So a lot of times people always ask that question about the VA benefits. Aid and attendance can help somebody with their assisted living cost in a community or memory care cost. And sometimes that averages anywhere between $1,100 to $2,000.
Heather, the follow-up question that we got on that is, can you use long-term care insurance to pay for CarePoint services?
Yes, we also can help out with long-term care. It is covered, and we can help file it and get them on board with it. A lot of people don't understand exactly what they're reading, they're looking at, what the waiting period is. So we go through all that with them and help them understand all that. And we can also take VA. veterans and repaying attendance in the respite program.
This next one's for Ashley. Do you allow smoking in your community?
So we do have a smoking area that is designated outside, so we do allow that.
Okay. But not in the building? of
Not in
course.
the building.
If
but
someone
we
doesn't
do-
want to be exposed to it around
We
it.
do not, yep, so we do have a separate designated smoking area for our residents.
Okay. Now, so one last question. This one's for Heather. You mentioned care management services, and what exactly does that entail?
So basically, we can also be the hired donor, is the way we like to put it. I'm a certified care manager, and we have some other care managers on board as well. And so basically, when there's a crisis situation, that is when we are normally called in, and it might be to help them figure out a different place living situation. It might be medical things that we need to jump in and get them to different doctor's appointments and kind of unravel the whole puzzle to figure out what's going on and figure out how to get them back to stabilized and back to living a healthy life.
That's terrific. I was not aware that kind of service was even available. So, if that's something that you've been thinking of for your family member, please drop a question in the comments or reach out to me and message me, and we can put you in touch with Heather or one of the people that she works with that does that.
There's one more question for Ashley.
Let's see if there's one other question.
It's from Allison asked, "What's the occupancy? How many residents/beds do you have?"
Yeah, so
Can you repeat that question because it might not have heard the microphone. Allison
of course.
asked.
So
what
one of
the
our viewers,
capacity is.
Allison, had asked what our capacity or occupancy is in our community. Really great question. Brookdale South Charlotte always prides itself in being a smaller community. So it's very more intimate and homey. So we have in assisted living a total of 55 apartments, and then in memory care 15.
Great. Do you have any available right now, or?
What's the availability right now?
Our
Yeah.
availability is in assisted living, and then in memory care we have a female shared room available. And our shared apartments and our memory care, so they share a common space, but they have their own bedroom with a door, so for privacy. But they do share a common space, but their bedroom is completely separate.
Okay.
So, just the natural next question, whether it's coming or not, is do you have a waiting list? And can someone be on your waiting list?
For assisted living, I do not have a waiting list. For memory care, we do, and we definitely welcome people to be on our waiting list.
Great.
Awesome. That's it.
I think that's all the questions that we have for today. Askley Eckenrod, thank you very much. You are the sales director of Brookdale South Charlotte, and we appreciate the tour that you've given us today, along with that information. It's been great having Heather Rahrig from CarePoint. Learned a lot of things about some of the options available to people today. So if you're watching this again, and this is a recording, so you can't ask us a live question, just drop your question in the comments, and we will make sure we get that answer to you as quickly as possible. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope that this tour was helpful. Please join us for our next tour. Next month, I believe we are going to take a tour of the Overture Providence community, which is a 55 and up apartment community, luxury apartments. So thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.